Welcome back, everyone, for the next part of Library of Ruina. In the last part, the blue guy actually visited our library for once. And, well, he got away. Like all of them. They always get away. Every time. First Philip, now him. I mean, he did say to the others he would be back in a second or something. He just wanted to check something out. I didn't thought that he would just be able to run like that. Unless, of course, the library allowed him to get away again. I mean, Angela did say that sometimes it just lets them out in order to get even more books. And I understand why it does that. I mean, you need to send out the little fish in order to catch the big ones. But that already was a big fish! Library! Guys! I would have loved to get his stuff! Even Roland wanted to read his book, right? Even Roland wanted to read it! Imagine if I could get a shine scent side weapon, right? Imagine that! But then again, he didn't really take us serious at all. I mean, he was using Scout, only had 2 passive abilities. Wasn't really able to check his combat pages, but I guess that's just how it is sometimes, and oh well, right? Oh well. Either ways, thanks to that guy, I was able to unlock Gabura's next abnormality, which means both Shazad and Gabura are going to have some battles today. So without any further ado, let us jump right into Shazad's abnormality battle, which is the road home and scary cat. Okay, that doesn't really tell me anything, but let's just jump straight in there, because we have a lot to fight today. So, okay. It's a giant lion and a little girl. And there's also a home behind us. I'm stumped. And how are we supposed to suppress them? Don't tell me. Are they related to the Nightmare Stuhl from before? I don't think I've seen them before. Yeah. It might feel like we're not in our home anymore. But let's keep calm and getting started, huh? Endless adventure waits. I see. When I was sleeping, riding is scary. Let's all gather up. Okay. I mean, her name is The Road Home. When I was sleeping, riding a scary what? Everyone's supposed to gather. An endless adventure began! Exclamation mark. I'm just gonna assume she's not gonna talk about that, and it doesn't really seem like the cat, the scary cat, is talking about that either. What is that? Courage. Gain strength equal to the amount of times the road home was attacked this scene. Okay. Let's just read the passive, right? Let's just read the passives. What is this? What is this? Home that cannot be reached. The counter goes up whenever the page targeting the home is cancelled. If this reaches 3, a powerful combat page is used following the scene. You can barely see that. It has to be behind his combat dice then, right? Yeah, it's around here. Oh god. Good that I clicked on her. Anyways, let's go together. On the first scene of the battle, spawn the home and use Massitic page that applies the status Yellow Brick Road to its target. You, gosh damn wizard. After abnormality attacks towards home has been cancelled 2 times, use a Massitic. You wicked wizard. The following scene. If any librarian is hit by the attack, the home is spawned next scene and repeats the previous behavior. So, if you don't get hit, the home disappears. Is that it? No, saying damage by the attack, then becomes staggered next scene. Oh, I would love that. Friends, let's go home. On the second scene, use the combat page Friends, let's go home. Target the home and the librarians with the Yellow Brick Road. If the combat page hits home, the battle is lost. Ah. The attack on the home is cancelled if all librarians with yellow bricked road wins the clash against friends. Let's go home. So she's going to apply yellow brick road on us? Right? Yeah, she's gonna apply it to us. And everyone with that thing has to win clashes against friends. Let's go home. Okay. And the scary cats? Courageous. Is immune to all types of damage until the road home dies. Cowardly. Once the road home dies, all resistance change to fatal and max HP is reduced. The numbers of speed dice and combat rages also change. So I have to kill her, but he also gets stronger by the amount of hits. And she's endurance. Okay, so I have to kill her, that's for sure. Otherwise I can't attack the cat. And I have to stop her from... she's already targeting Hope. Hope cannot be targeted. Oh right, Home also has... No, it doesn't have abilities. And it's immune to all types of damage. I see. Mass individual. On use. Apply yellow brick road to 2 librarians next scene. 3-6, 3-6, 3-6. Doesn't really seem so bad. Play tag. Ranged, which means that gets activated first. And she has endurance to pretty much everything. So I guess I have to play around the darn wizard thing that lets us get staggered after we're not reaching home. 3-11, 3-5, 6-10. So I guess I'm just gonna allow her to hit us. Is that it? Should I just allow her to hit us? Which is Yuki and Chesed? I guess I should. Okay, that means Seth and I have to redirect the hits from the lion. Since he gets stronger with every hit towards her. And the mass attack goes first. And if I use anything on that, it's just gonna count as hits, right? If I win the clashes. Huh. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna tank the hits then, right? Yeah, we're just gonna tank the hits then. And if that's the case, golden opportunity for the first one in order to regain my charges. That's it. Maybe I can draw a page at the very least. I mean, it's not like I can actually do any damage currently, right? Yeah, it's not like I can actually do any damage. Smoke, smoke. Sure, we can't really do any damage towards it, but that's literally the only thing that I can do, right? Yeah, let's go for this. I'm just gonna tank that hit. She's literally forming a road towards the house. Interesting. But at the very least, yeah, we didn't buff up the cat, so that's good. And I was able to get a couple of smokes on, so that's also going to help us out a bit. And now she's... Oh, there's still a road around here. Yeah, wait. Up. Yellow brick road 1. Target by the road home in Scary Cat. Scary Cat gains 5 plus power when attacking this character. If all attacks on friends, let's go home. Fail to hit the target with the status. The road last home. Attacks is cancelled. Okay. So I have to block those hits now. Cannot be redirected on hit stagger target. This battle is lost if the attack hits the home. So if I lose this clash, my character is getting staggered. Which means I should probably avoid that. Do you You lost your courage thing though. So can I hit her now? Can I? Because if I can, I would really like to get on some smoke on her as well. I mean, I could leap for more cards, but I think Loss of Sense is much better for this. Okay. I blocked the attack. Yuki got hit by the lion again. Chesed is going to get staggered. Almost dying. Seth was able to redirect a couple of hits. He's down to 9 smoke, that's good. Another stop of that attack? Did that work? I think it worked. Cleaning. After attack, enemy with highest amount of stagger resistance deal bonus stagger damage. I can't really hit them though. I can't. Both of them are endurance and the other guy's immune. It's more light than librarians. Offenses die in power boost. Yeah, that might become handy. Probably going to give it to my character. Just in case. He has paralysis now. And you actually target me as well. Great. So that means I have to tank now. If we're going for energy cycle. There's a high chance, there's a relatively high chance you're going to get Stagger Yuki next, but isn't really much we can do about that. Right? There isn't really much we can do about that. At the very least I have to avoid hitting her, otherwise you are going to hurt our guys even more than you already do. No, you're going to hurt them even more than you already do. After dealing 15 or more damage to an enemy, the scene reduces the cost of 2 or more pages by hand by 1. I literally do no damage currently. None. I do none. Which means maybe we're going to go for cleaning after all. Yeah. Might be the best idea. Going to go for Seth, probably? Seth? I mean, you have to clash against her now, since it's literally the only thing we can do right now. He's fast again. And at the very least, Yuki is here to at least catch a couple of those hits, like this one. And then we can go for Opportunity Spotted again, in order to win against the lion, who's still at 6 paralysis. Yeah, that's gonna work. That should work. And since we're already at it, I can allow my Chesed to draw a couple of pages. Since it seems like he didn't really draw any of his smoke gaining cards. Okay. More paralysis on them, that's good. I was able to block that hit. Yuki regains the stagger. Shoot! That was not that good for me. It's fine. It's fine. I think she's almost staggered as well. Okay, the paralysis is not... The opportunity is not taken. The paralysis thing is not working as intended. Maybe I should swap that card out after all. Doesn't really seem that good. You wicked wizard! 10-10! If any librarian is hit, the home is spawned next scene. Otherwise, user becomes staggered. Mass summation. Okay, summation isn't really so bad. I can win it with Lost Trees. I just need to make sure that the lion isn't doing anything fancy. Energy cycle! Okay, that goes back to where exactly? Yeah, think Chesed, right? Was it? No, it was Yuki. Yuki, right, I remember. Okay, that should technically be able to stop them? Holy hell. That house! A giant house! Okay. It seems like we did some damage to it already, even though we do none. That's probably because of our passives. Otherwise, I couldn't even imagine anything else. Okay, Seth was able to break through it. That's good. On. Now she's staggered. Now I can attack her freely and alertness. Inflict too fragile the scene. It's range attacks. Oh. Well, what should I say? What should I say? Space? No. What? No. Flesh fillet. Flesh fillet. There's a chance he might be able to break through it, but with 12 paralysis! What? What? There's no way she can break through that. There's no way! There's absolutely no way! You know what? I don't even need to do that. Inhale smoke. We're just gonna inhale smoke twice. Everyone else is just gonna bash the child. No, I think Seth is a bit stronger currently. Okay, guys? Take care. Scrolling minimum on all of them. Yes, this has no chance. There's no chance you can win against all of that stagger, right? There's no way you could have won against all that stagger. It was literally 12. That girl is about to die. She died. A warming heart at the start of the scene. Boosts the tech power by 1-2 if the scene, if the librarian has 3 or more lights. Now this one is going to be very helpful, especially since everyone regained their lights. Whoa! Oh god, that's adorable. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, he's so afraid because his friend is gone. He even lost almost all of his HP. And he has smoke. And I have all my lights. And I have rip space. Which technically has a chance to fail. Actually, I shouldn't use rip space. I shouldn't use rip space. But I can lose my sense, and you can also go for flesh fillet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He doesn't even need anything else. He's about to die. 1 hit was enough. 1 hit was literally already enough. Oh, that poor cat! It tried its best! It tried its best to protect the girl! But nevertheless, he couldn't stop us, right? He just couldn't stop us. Huh. What are you up to? Well, picking out some coffee beans, of course. It's much more intense work than it seems. I, Angela, and the employees of Lobotomy Corp were all picked out and ended up where we are, just like the guests were. No matter what the individual wishes, society will just pick out the people it wants, leaving the rest to rot in the pile. An invisible chain of oppression is weighted down on everyone, rather everybody. And those rules are necessary for people to live close to each other after all. Hell, I bet society is gonna be even more messed up than it is already without them, you know? Well, I agree some rules are needed, but why do they all have to be so extreme? The syndicates in the back streets, the association of fixers, and the wings, they are all established on the premise of human sacrifices. Now that you've mentioned it, yeah, they are, kinda. Well, that is how the world is. A big game of cat and mouse, where the winner takes all. There's no point trying to wrap your head around the inevitable. You really are an odd one, huh? Would you say that the pain and loss that you have suffered were also inevitable? Got that word. Inevitable, then? You always talk about the city so plainly, saying that everything happens in it can't be helped. Is it really because you're indifferent about it? Or are you trying to turn away from the underlying unfairness? Sure, we're just being carried away by a gigantic wave after all. All we gotta do is surrender to the flow and float down the stream. We're busy running away. aren't you, Roland? Is he? You see, I came from the nest. Well, I figured as much. I was born into a wealthy family that was the envy of all. I didn't have to worry about my future. I was born smart too, to top it all off. Oh. Some elite prodigy you were. I know, right? They all expected me to join a corp and climb up to a higher position like it was nothing. My older sister and other siblings got into wings like a breeze too. The wings most people strive to enter were no more than ordinary career paths for me. I never got why they were so desperate to join such boring companies though. Damn, that's how great the family was? Yep, that's the kind of family Daniel had. But one day, in a bizarre turn of event, one might even describe it as fate, he stepped into the back streets, the place he never thought would have anything to do with his life. Well, a rebellious little deviant from the grid-tin life of a spoiled young gent, huh? It would have been pretty romantic if that was the case, but I was just kidnapped, really. Caught me by surprise. Someone kidnapped you? You were so calm about that? Someone decided to kidnap a nest resident? And a rich one at that? Must have been some big shot syndicate or just a crazy ass guy, huh? Well, you see, it was actually Carmen. They kidnapped him? And Carly did? Huh? If the Red Mist did that, well, I guess she had to have a good reason for that. Well, when I came back to my senses, those two were arguing with each other. Maybe because they weren't supposed to kidnap him, huh? You were never good at telling people apart based on their faces, Carly. Well, it's your fault for giving me such a bad description, Carmen. Oh, they mixed him up. Great! I couldn't help but chuckle listening to that. I thought I was looking at a comical skit or something. Oh, well, so they got the wrong person, huh? Didn't take them for a couple of airheads. I'm telling you, right? They were really clumsy at heart. They were trying to catch some coon artist who scammed Carmen out of her research fund, and Carly apparently mistook me for the prep. Or parable, how it's called. I thought I would get some apologies and go back to where I belonged, but then Carmen asked me without a hint of shame to help her out for a bit while I'm at it. She said it helps to have a visibly rich person like me stand next to her. So I kinda said yes out of surprise and of course of confusion. I was wondering what she was about to do, and then she just took me to an open space and started giving a long speech right after the kidnapping. Well, I guess it wasn't anything weird, since there are plenty of people muttering nonsense in the back streets every day, right? You're right about that. Can you guess what she was saying standing next to me? She went on about vague things like how everyone is fatigued and ill with the disease of the mind, and that she's recruiting people to help her find a way to overcome it, which leads to a tragedy one after another. That sounds like a total hogwash. One thing that stood out about her was that she was so proud and confident with her ridiculous speech, even when most people barely gave her a glance before going about their business. Carmen was vastly different from the people I have seen. She had the eyes and voice of a person who was willing to carve a brand new path. I never thought people like her could exist until that day. After her speech, Carmen walked me home. And on the way back, I saw and heard it for the first time. The hellish landscape that was so different from the world I lived in. Carmen and Carly taught me about what is going on in the back streets and how people in the nest are being extorted without meanings. When I got back home that day, I spent all night shivering from the odd sense of guilt. Oh, because you have such an easy life while they are struggling for even surviving a single day. naive young noble waking up to a half-baked sense of justice. Half-baked? Oh, come on! That's just the beginning, right? I guess you could say it was half-baked in a way. I mean, you could have just shrugged the whole thing off as a bad day and went back to your everyday life, no? Maybe? But I just couldn't. No. So, I ended up joining Carmen's team of researchers. That's simple? And you're skipping too many steps at once? Of course my family had several problems with that, but those were just small details. Did you have a fight with your family? I wanted to use my capabilities to help people. I was sincere about wanting to make the world a better place. Daniel was, at the very least. And how about now then? Are you still sincere about that? Yep, I am. I want to change it right next time. If there's a next time, of course. Right? That is, I mean. Don't expect others to have the peace of mind like you do. It's all thanks to your prosperous background that you could say such generous stuff. I'll be going now. So even back then, he was kind of like a little scary cat. But on the other hand, that was probably my reaction as well if I suddenly get kidnapped into a gangster road and suddenly the kidnappers are arguing in front of me about getting the wrong person. You know, under normal circumstances, if you are the wrong person and they don't want to get catched, especially after dealing or messing with a rich family, they might just throw you over the bridge in order to get rid of you. He was actually really lucky that it was Kali and Carmen who actually brought him home as well. That also explains why it was a scary kid though. His fear in his road home. This abnormality is all related to him then, right? His way home. And his experience with the back streets. I see. The courage. Can I follow you forever, so I can tear them apart? Single ally. At the start of the scene, gain strength and protection equal to the numbers of allies currently alive, subtracted by 2. If the value is less than 0, feeble and fragile will be inflicted instead. Subtracted by 2. Okay. But in general, it's still a good buff, as I say, to keep them alive, which is something I usually always do, right? And then of course we have home, which flattens the people. Unable to ever go back home, they began an endless journey. All allies at the start of the scene, numbered targets are placed on 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1 enemies, depending on the numbers of allies currently alive. Each time a target is attacked in the correct order, increase outgoing damage by 3 for the scene. So I need to follow that order. Okay. And then of course the road walked together. Let's walk together to a wonderful land, the world of dreams. The Woodsman. And of course the Scarecrow. Didn't notice that before. Was I blind? If an ally redirects an attack that was initially targeting this character, dice on that ally's page gain 1/2 power in this clash. Now if I had an ability that actually lures the attacks towards me, and I could allow everyone else to be faster and redirect the hits, that card would literally boost up everyone, right? Oh, that one is good! That one is really good! Huh! Good job, Chesed! You just acquired a very powerful card! Okay, next goes to Gabora. Oh no. Mountain of Smiling Bodies? Isn't that a... Yeah, that was an elf. That was an elf. You're already fighting an elf. Oh, great. Oh, great. Let's just jump right in there and see for ourselves. It even has new music! It even has new music. Okay. Okay. It starts on stage 2! Not even stage 1? And what's that? Melted core. Oh, no. First, let's read the bottom left lines. You heard Miss Kabura. Let's be fast. It'd be hell to deal with the... yeah. It will be a hell to deal with as it grows bigger. Oh, this place reeks of filth. I should take it down as quickly as possible. Certainly. Tasty meat before me. Grr. It hurts. That's probably from the corpse. Can you even talk to that? Help? Are they screaming for help? Smell blood. Taste scent. Meat. Wanna eat. Can't really need bodies so I can grow. Not entirely sure if the red text is from them or from that thing. Could be either of them, since the black text also asks for help. But it also talks about eating us. So yeah. Okay. Mountain of smiling bodies. Great. Oh no! Are you kidding me? Slash ineffective again? Why? Why? God damn! I have slash again. Why is it always like this? Why is it always like the wolf? In search of corpse, prioritize using the power on allies. Recover 30% of current HP upon defeating an ally. Melted corpse. Each time that humanity loses more than 25% of the max HP. 62, 85, 87, 112. Melted corpses spawn at the start of this next scene. So, those things are parts of his body. I see. Divisible yet adaptable. Transforms back to stage 1 when HP drops to 0. Transforms to stage 3 upon fully recovering HP. Right, he's lacking a bit of HP. Terrifying laughter. At the start of the scene, gain 1 strength. Use horrid screech every 2 scenes. Yeah, that's not good. He's always starting with an attack buff? Rod. Upon taking a hit, deal 8 damage to Librarian that detected. And if I attack those things, they're gonna attack me back. Great. Is that every hit? Or just once? Huh? Now that's a good question, right? Horrid Screech deals dagger damage. 4-8. Okay, 4-8 isn't really so bad. Recover 7 HP. And if they kill... Right, if he kills... Then that means... 30 HP, right? Yeah, 30 HP. They can also attack us? 2-6? 2-6? He doesn't do it, but... no, wait. Wait. Is it because he's currently targeted by him and he's not fighting back? Or, no, wait. I guess it's rather because of the fact that they don't have enough light to actually attack us. Okay. So first and foremost, I have to do something about that horrid screech, that's for sure. Can I just ignore it? 16? Yeah, it shouldn't be enough to actually kill the corpse. I have to try my best to avoid the screeches, which seem not... Oh god, they got hit twice? Why were you hit twice? Well, at the very least, it's range attacks, so we just need a powerful 1 dice in order to redirect the hits. Yeah, it's not enough to kill. Sure, you're getting very close to it, but my guys are just way quicker than you. Way quicker. Especially since they're range-based, which means I can hit them first. Which is gonna dish out a lot of damage. But then again, it might be better if I go for Mannequin. Mannequin in order to avoid the hits, apply some Fragile, and the others are gonna take care of the the little guys. Okay, Singular Strike has absolutely no issues taking care of the range attacks, so that's good. Still kind of bothering me that he has a slash resistance, but there isn't much we can do about that. As long as we have access to any type or the other types of attacks, it's gonna be fine. Okay, hitting him down. Mark the enemy. Selected. Bonus damage. Counter dices. Previous scene. I think Prey might be better. And I'm actually going to give that to Maxwell. Or Maxwell is able to start hitting that guy at the very least. Redirect it back to Gabora, since she's literally the strongest one around here. Oh god, their deck's just really not made for this. This is really not made for this. Why bash from all things, right? Why does it have to be bash from all things? Yes! Yes! Damage boost for Gabora! It's time! Horrendous Screech again! Oh god. Well, I mean, we can use Repressed Flesh again. He's gonna do a lot of damage to us. Okay, Gabora, please stay alive! Oh my god! Horrendous Screech! I think... Oh wait, both of them survived. Yes! Yes, that's my girl! She managed to kill that thing! It's good! Ah, shoot! It's fine. Sure, we have another weakness and all, but at the very least we didn't get staggered. We got him staggered. Okay, what is that? Oh wait, that's the static buff. Oh my god. Okay. Should I just go for it? I mean, how high are the chances that I'm actually able to use it? Probably not. It's probably not gonna work. I mean, it doesn't really look that good either way. Ah, you know what? For the fun! For the fun! Oh, for the fun, right? Oh my god, it actually hits! What? Oh my god! What? Down to 40! What kind of... What the... Okay. Well, huh. That kind of happened. Oh, this is just crazy. What do you mean you can attack me? I thought you can't attack if you're attacked. Huh? That should be enough, right? Should be enough. Let's go for a slight light recovery as well, on top of it. Okay, I'm just gonna stagger. Oh no, the damage from rot! It's always the damage from rot! There we go! Now what? Oh my god! Now she glows! Both glow! Why are you both glowing? Huh? Mountains of Smiling Bodies. Yes, still the same weakness. Prioritize for the HP. Each time body loses more than 25%. Corpse spawn. Drops to 0. If all corpses are defeated within 3 scenes, battle spawn the vision. Otherwise, abnormality revives at stage 1. Upon revival, it will recover HP, the sum of HP. Wait. That means... Wait, let me read that correctly. Divides into corpses when HP drops to 0. If all corpses are defeated within 3 scenes, the battle is won, otherwise the abnormality will revive at stage 1. Upon revival, it will recover HP at the sum of HP remaining. So... it divides into corpses if we kill it? Uh-huh. I have boundary of death again! No! What the hell? What is my game? Why are you tempting me like this? Why are you tempting me? Should I? Should I just... You know what? You know what? It's fun. It's much funnier this way, right? It would be much, much funnier this way. Totally. It would totally be much funnier this way. Okay, let's overcome crisis again. Not on that dice, because I want you to hit them. It's not gonna be enough to kill, but at the very least, we're going to get his HP a bit lower. Come on. Please make me laugh, game. Please make me laugh again. I would find this hilarious, but it didn't work. Oh my god! He almost got her. She's down to 6. Already down to 6. Yeah, there's no way. I don't have enough light to actually go for this. Okay, let's just end it. It was a good attempt, even though the deck is horrible for this. It was a good attempt. But no, this is not gonna work out. I probably have to ask Yesod to pass over his cards again. Oh. Alright, the blue light is back. Nobody is doing anything right now. Why is that? Oh well. Not enough to stagger it. Come on, just kill me already. This is completely bugged. If we have the blue stage and there's nothing to target, even the mountains are targeting anything. The heck? I can't even use the chance to recover my health. This is just so weird. Oh, but yeah, it seems like it's actually really good to allow the corpse mountain guy to help us take care of his own little fellas, right? He's not strong enough to actually defeat them all on his own, so that's good. But I need to do something with all my slash cards. There's too much slash. It's just way too much slash. God damn it, Yesod! Yesod! I know. It's always the same. It's always the same. That's slash as well. Honey, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You too. It's always the same. Every enemy has something against slash damage, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's literally nothing we can do about it. There you go. Puppet 2. And you're also going to get Puppet 2. So, okay. HP recovery. Liquid flesh. Everything that you need, okay? Everything that you could possibly need in order to stay alive, because usually you always kind of end up dying first. And of course, another upgrade for Maxwell. She had trouble keeping up with her light recovery. I'm just gonna assume that energy conversion is going to help her with that, since it is able to restore 3 lights. And with Golden Opportunity, she should be able to win more of those Scream Clashes. At the very least, I kind of hope it does. Now, Mountain. Just, would you be so kind to just drop that for once? Huh? I would appreciate that. I'm also probably going to speed this up now since, yeah, this is already my 3rd attempt. Or, yeah, it's my 3rd attempt. So let's just do it the right way now, right? Let's just do it the right way. So, okay, the final turn. The second I stay quiet and actually focus and upgrade a couple of pages in passives. You just have to ignore all those little guys. Just let him eat. Just let him eat. He's gonna recover them either way, right? He's just gonna recover them either way. They don't even do that much damage. And the recovery, once you stagger him, it's not a lot. Just ignore those little things, right? Just ignore those little things. Okay. Gibora, how do you feel? How do you feel? You were able to hit quite an impressive boundary of that. Sadly, I wasn't really able to win after that hit, but still, I got that recorded. We have it documented that you in fact are able to perform that well with that card in the video. So yeah. I guess you can't exert as much power as the Red Mist did in her prime, huh? Seems so. I can't see myself to be identical to Kali either. What's the big difference between the Red Mist and your present self, though? I mean, you're pretty much the same person, right? Well, I used to be able to freely wield ego. Ah, right. I remember. Even in your robotic form, you were still able to use that. I was probably the only one in the city who could manifest such a feat. Weapons and armor that resonates with your own heart. Who could have imagined that? And now, I can handle those egos as smoothly anymore. But the Liberians can use egos now too, right? True, but we aren't in full control of the ego we use. We're just temporarily acquiring it from abnormalities. So if I'm getting this right, we're basically borrowing the powers from the creature we call abnormalities, in form of egos. That's pretty much it. We're not in the state to use them properly. And so the Red Mist was... Well, the sword that I used to wield was extracted from someone else. But the armor was... Wait. The armor was my own ego. So she had access to her own ego? Those empowered me greatly. I mean, yeah, no one could have seen that coming. You were able to create your own ego before anything else? And you were still using egos from others? Huh. Weapon and armor that resonates with the mind. Your form must have been helpless against them. Well, it's not all that convenient, since it's literally linked up with your mind. You risk getting consumed by it as well. And the distortion happens if you are gobbled up by it? I suppose so. Every time I use ego, it feels as if someone were talking to me. They are what I desperately need to hear, but at the same time, those words are things I don't want to listen to. It was like a raging torrent that could sweep my consciousness away if I ever lose my grip. I'm not entirely sure how that felt, but I guess it's because the ego we used here are adjusted by Angela in advance, right? Right. And you did mention that she's keeping us from distorting ourselves, so maybe those are safety measures. Yeah, Angela must have placed multiple safety measures in our library to make sure that everything is going smoothly. I'm mostly worried about what may happen when people out there start manifesting and using egos. Wait, wasn't it the plan from the beginning to give everyone ego? So even egos are dangerous? I thought they're just dangerous if they're currently being formed. And who gave you access to such an amazing gear anyways? Of course Carmen. The person who supposedly lead the research to cure humanity, wasn't it? Right. Carmen was from the nest, but she wasn't afraid to hang around the back streets to give her favorite speech. She wasn't gonna last long if she kept that up, if we're being honest. So you helped her out of pity or something? Huh, not a chance. I wasn't naive enough to serve anyone without payment. I simply wondered just what exactly a nest runner would know about the agonies of the city to be so passionate about the matter. She brazenly went on about her absurd claim that she can break the ever-repeating cycle of suffering that goes on in the city. I got mad that some dweeb was spouting off like she understood everything. So I grabbed her and snapped at her. How dare you rattle on about that? What do you know about the pain and suffering the people of the back streets go through? I yelled. I thought Carmen would just wimp on or be on the verge of tears, but instead she kept a straight face and retorted with a question. What do you know about the pain in the nest? Oh, right. You don't know anything about the nest. She said she would tell me all about the pain and agony of the nest, so I should teach her about the suffering of the back street in return. She was so shameless. I didn't like how she acted so brash for someone so weak. Her eyes and voice, on the other hand, carried a certain energy. She said even the weakest people could gain the power to easily topple their heads if they set their mind to it. That she will give everyone the therapy to grant such power and mindset. She gave me her card, telling me to come over if I was ever interested. Well, that was before you got assigned to a color, right? Yep, I was a grade 2 back then. You were grade 2 at one point? Can't imagine that with her power. You bought into her borderline cultist Hui despite being a grade 2? No, I believed her because I was that experienced. Actually, I've met countless swindlers and hackers in my lives. Rather hacks in my lives. But something about Carmen told me that she wasn't one of them. Just what kind of person was she? Anyways, I decided to count on Carmen. If I could protect this person, maybe this world might change. Maybe fewer people would have to suffer the same kind of pain as I did. And that is why you worked for practically free, huh? Or why you did unbelievable things, becoming a living legend and getting a color? Well, those just were some extras. Doing meaningful work was enough for me. Sure strong. And stupidly honest. Well, I heard that a lot. Thanks for the story though, by the way. How about the sick? No thanks. Still got a load of work to do. But if Letzek asks you for a drink, I don't remember you ever declined that, Roland. You never declined that. Okay. Oh god, is that a puke? I never got to see it puke. Maybe I should refight that fight just in order to see what happens if we reach maximum HP in the third stage. Either way, absorption. It only wants one thing, our flesh, drenched in blood. Once it gets a whiff of the scent, it will pursue us in an instant. Single ally. For the duration of the act, recover 20% of HP. Max HP. Upon defeating an enemy, at the start of the scene, gain strength based on the amount of HP the librarian has recovered this act. 1 strength per 10% of max HP healed up to 3. And if I give that to Maxwell almost never dies. And he also always has, or rather she also always has the HP thing in order to make play, or rather make work with that wolf card that gives her the blue flame. If I could give that on top of that, oh, that would be so great! And then we have laughter. From the mountain of bodies, the dead gave life to something. The dead fuse with one another, all smiling. When the librarian takes a hit while the HP is at 50% or lower, a screech bursts out at 50% chance up to 3 times per scene. The screech deals 2/5 stagger damage to all enemies and inflict 1 fragile next scene. Oh, that is something that I could give Gabora then if she's using Eugen's page again. And then of course we have Mountain of Corpses. The more bodies it come across, the more defined its shape becomes. And it is never satisfied. All librarians except the selected one are immediately killed when this page is chosen. Librarian selected gains max light capacity, light restoration, strength, protection, haste, proportional to the numbers of librarian killed for the rest of the battle. Okay. So If I kill 4 of them, I get 4 strength, 4 protection, 4 haste. Also light capability? No wait, max light capability? Light restoration. Is the light restoration also boosted by numbers of people? Or is it just normally recovered? Either way, that's a high price to pay. But in desperate situation, that could become handy if most of my guys are almost dead. But I don't really like the idea of sacrificing them. Huh. Well, still, Gabora, you got quite a bunch of good cards, I have to say. I still need to return those pages to Yeset though, but yeah. I'm gonna do that off screen. Either way, I hope you guys had fun with today's part, and see you in the next one, when we're going to return to our path. Until then, bye bye!